Isioma will go to Reading and she'll FaceTime me like when they're all together and like I'm sure in their brains they were trying to include me, but like for me it was just like, damn,
She's
look at my
gone.
homies.
She's
Look at my
gone.
homies out here without
God. She don't
me.
need me. She don't need me no more. That's a whole lot.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
put me
Like
out of my misery and this FaceTime call.
I'm like, no, I want to dip myself into everything possible. And yeah, I'm saying, and Malik is like, no, I like, just like take like just one at a time, like just focus,
you
like
know
already
what's
have
so
this, just focus
crazy?
on
I
this.
think I know this
What?
gist. That's crazy.
Oh my God.
There's no
Yeah.
way.
Anyway, it's possible actually. It's actually possible. Literally, all these juvie babes, they do everything I was going on.
Yeah, dang.
Not Juvie
Dang.
babes.
Dang.
Not
Dang.
Juvie babes.
Dang. Hi guys, welcome to what I think is going to be a very interesting episode of Japa Diaries Podcast. We document the experiences of African immigrants in the diaspora. Today, Malik and I decided to do something a little different. You know,
A family
not every
and
day.
friends kind of vibe.
Yeah. Not every day. My relationship this, my relationship that. And today we wanted to explore a different type of relationship, probably one of the more important relationships you're going to have in your entire lifetime, and that is your friendships. So what better way to have an episode about friendships than with our own personal best of best friends? Welcome to the podcast, Isioma and Folarin. Hi.
Welcome, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry, let me start by saying this real quick. Right?
I'm scared.
On other episodes, right, you guys have been bringing in people that do things and, that are in art, culture, music, different things. I just want to say, bitch, I have talent. Do you get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Oh,
So,
word.
don't let this be a case of it. I'm just the best friend. Do you get what I'm saying? I also have talent. Do you get what I'm saying? It's just I don't really want to share the talent here. Yeah, that's not what
Then that defeats the purpose.
So-
As much they have to do one
No,
or
it
two
doesn't.
for us now.
This is about long distance friendship. Do you know what I'm saying?
Fair enough,
Yes.
So
fair
I'm
enough.
here for what I'm here for. So I just want to let the audience know that I also have talent.
Mhm.
FYI. That's all.
Okay.
Right. It's
Actually,
about
I
your
appreciate
talent
that.
too.
I have no.
Of course.
Yeah.
Come on.
So okay, Malik, do you want to introduce your friend and then I'll introduce mine?
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have the one and only standing at 5'7",
Yeah.
hailing all the way from Lagos, now located in the diaspora, DC's finest, the one and only Folarin Balogun is my best mate, and he's here on the show with us today. Everyone,
Wow.
welcome to Folarin.
Wow. Isioma, you're not getting that intro. I'm so
I
sorry.
mean, mine has to be good. Sorry, mine has to be
You
good.
know, I don't know if you're getting that. But ladies and gentlemen, we have one of my faves, one of my closest, one of my if you hold her to gunpoint, she might tell all my secrets type of person. Ladies and gentlemen. Okay, actually, I take that back. You know what's so funny? We're gonna play a quick icebreaker in a little bit. And one of the questions was slightly related to this. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we have who I think is my best friend, but may not be her best friend. Isioma
sometimes it's like that, and there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes it's just the way it is.
Listen, I'm okay. I'm fully okay with this.
As long as you are happy and she's happy, doesn't matter. It's all labels.
Yeah, I'm like I can at least finish top 3.
Come on.
Yes.
Come
Yes.
Okay,
on.
all right, baby.
Hi, Isioma. Hi, Folarin. How do you guys feel about your introductions? Fair reflection of who both of you are.
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm more 5'8" than 5'7".
No, 5'7". Stop. We've
no,
argued
no.
about this plenty times. No,
Yeah,
stop it.
and
Stop
it's actually like more like 5'8" and a half. But
It's
okay.
5'7" and a half.
No. It's 5'8" and a half. But it's all good though.
As one of the and a half gangs, I'll allow it.
Yeah, exactly. So
I'll allow
if you think
it.
about it, if we approximate, it's like 5'9". But
Whoa.
that's not here today.
You see, I
Go
just
ahead.
kept on increasing. Anyway,
Yeah.
I think Folari, you should go ahead and say the story of how we met and how we became friends. Then Isioma, I
Yeah.
want
Yeah.
you to then go ahead and say the story of how you and Abim Salam met.
And while
True?
we're doing this,
Cool.
we'll now tell if their story is actually the same as what we
You
remember.
understand? You understand?
Yeah.
So I was obviously going to save this story for Malik's wedding day. Do you know what I'm saying? But since we're here now, I'll
Might
tell
as
you guys how
well.
we met. Cool. So Malik and I met in 2006. Yeah.
Oh.
August '06.
See
Right?
age.
Yeah.
You
So
casted.
at
You
the
casted
time,
us now.
I think I just turned 11. I think Malik just turned it. Oh, it was already 11 because his birthday is in March and my birthday is in July. And we resumed school in August. Now, here's the fun part of it.
Oh God.
I resumed school a bit late because I was kind of like dealing with like a tragedy in my family, and Malik resumed early on, right? So when I came to school a week later, Malik was in my dorm and he was the first person that I met. Right? So he was like, "Oh, my name is Malik." Really small, skinny, lanky boy like this. I'm like, "Man, who is this nigga?" Like literally, but he helped me. He kind of like settled me to the dorm, that kind of vibe, and everything like that. So Malik was that like, oh, that like he should show me around school and everything like that, right? And I was like, yeah, sure. Being a nice guy that he is, cool. Still the same guy till today.
What about offering
That's
so
like,
much? But continue.
I actually
you
had
know,
the same
you,
thoughts,
you
but all right.
literally like it was just like, oh, like this is a new person. Yeah, he didn't come for orientation. Do you know what I'm saying? Like he, like just let me settle him down in school, that kind of vibe, right? Cool. So he said, all right, let's go to school. Let him introduce me to his friends that he's made over the past week, that kind of vibe. So we go to school. Why is Malik introducing me to only like 10 women, literally? And I'm like, yo.
In the
Where are the
whole
guys?
hostel. Yeah.
Like literally, like this one, we have even left the hostel already. Literally, we are going to school at this point. And he's only introduced me to a bunch of girls, and I'm like, ain't nothing wrong with that. But I'm just like, I mean, I live in boys' hostel with you, right? Like we're
Yeah.
our guy friends. Yeah, I'm saying. So that's why most of my friends in secondary school were women as well because of Malik. Yeah, I'm saying because those were the original, those were the original friends that I. Yeah, I'm saying those were the original friends that I made. So, yeah.
That's the reputation.
Now that's my recollection of accurate recollection of how
Okay.
our friendship started. And then, I found out like obviously like he was Muslim, I'm Muslim, so we used to pray together. Not consistently, but obviously at that age, we're still finding ourselves and everything like that, and then we happened to be in the same class. Obviously, went to talk shop, break, lunch, everything together.
So you guys
And
were set
then
up to be besties one way or the
yeah,
other.
it's like literally like it was God. Like literally, like I came
Yeah.
to school, it was the first person that
Oh,
I met.
yeah.
You know what's so
You know.
funny? Like, I actually didn't recall any of that until now. Because now I actually just remember that you actually started school late.
Yes,
So
literally.
I think I remember our housemaster on our floor saying, "Oh, he's in your dorm. He
Right.
resumed late. That I should kind of
Yeah.
like show you around and bring you up to
Yep,
speed." And I'm like,
yep,
I
yep,
just
So
remember
yep.
that.
it wasn't
I actually
kindness,
forgot.
it was duty.
No, but I mean, I couldn't. I might have not done it, but I did it, and I
Yeah,
did it.
First.
Okay,
I mean, the
guess. Yeah.
good thing also is, I mean, I think my housemaster chose Malik because I maybe made a good impression that first week. Do you know what I'm saying? So kudos to him as well. But again, I just don't like the fact that he introduced me to only girls at first. But it's okay.
That's
Like I said,
crazy.
we
That's crazy.
we're
That's
way
crazy.
beyond that. I was able to
That's
still fit
crazy.
in among the guys as well. So we're all good. Yep.
That's so
Alright.
crazy. I remember you guys as having a bunch of male friends, which is interesting.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's what I made those male friends for us. By the way.
Okay. All right.
Literally, I made those male friends for
I
us.
am
Yeah.
finished. I am
Malik
finished.
took care of the other
You know
side. I
what?
took care of the other side. Do you know what I'm saying?
You know
And
what?
that's how it is till today, by the way. So yeah.
I'll let him stick to his story. Isioma.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I don't vex him.
Okay.
But I don't think I remember exactly how we became friends.
Me neither. Not a clue.
I think the earliest memory I have of both of us, so you might not remember this, it was year 7, so this was, what,
2009, 2010.
Yeah, 2009, 2010. Your dorm, your fan was not working. So what they said should happen is that you guys should come and stay in our dorm.
What in the
I
corona is
swear,
occurring? What?
I swear that's how we started talking. Like, so I swear, like your dorm
You were
mate
in 13
came to my
A.
dorm. I
You
was.
sleep on your
So I
floor.
think exactly. So I think we
Ah.
just became friends from there. Because like in year 8, again, I can't remember like what was going on, but like we just stuck together because we're not in the same class. We're never in the same dorm. But I think from that first like time we came to our dorm to sleep on the floor, like we literally just stuck together and we just been friends.
Wow.
I think that's how we met.
I don't remember us being friends in year 7. I remember us being
No.
friends in year 8, circa Sharon. I don't know if you
Yeah,
guys were in the same dorm or
probably
something, but like in my brain, she was the
link.
connecting. Yeah. Interesting.
That sounds right. That sounds right.
Yeah. As you can see, our stories are a bit more fragmented. But okay. So the reason why we specifically chose these two friends today is because I feel like a lot of the experiences with like when you japa is you end up on the other side of the world away from your friends. I feel like that has been a recurring theme that happens in every episode, like being lonely, that kind of thing. And somehow between Isioma and I, we've managed to maintain a friendship of well, almost I don't know how many years now at this point, but like I've been here for
9?
8, 9 years, and like we're still friends. We still talk almost every day, and like she's in the UK, I'm in the US. Folarin is in DC. Malik has never actually lived in DC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
but
said it like
like
you're not sure.
I'm double checking. But like, yeah, like we've somehow managed to maintain those friendships like through the distance. And we wanted to talk about how we did that, and how somebody else who's probably in a similar position can essentially take notes so that you can also have like because that's like it's such a big part of like even adulting. Like your friends are just no longer in the same place as you, and you kind of have to learn how to like keep those relationships going essentially. But before we get into the more friendshipy things, you both are also Japais. None of
Mm-hmm.
us are in Nigeria. Isioma, how did you end up in the UK?
Um, I think my story is quite basic to be honest, but
Yeah.
after secondary school, 2015, I kind of like knew that I was going to be coming to the UK because my siblings had already come to the UK for school as well. So I'm the last out of 3 children. But my parents really never said anything. But I kind of like, okay, this might happen. I was just waiting for them to like decide. Maybe they were thinking of other options.
Hmm.
So came here in 2015, started with A levels because I was 16 at the time, too young to start uni. So did that for 2 years. Then after that, did my undergraduate for 3 years. And
Hmm.
after my undergraduate, I was like, okay, kind of ready to go back home now. My mom
Hmm.
was like, no, just stay there. Because my siblings had come and gone back home, and it was just
Hmm.
me in the UK alone. And I was like, like, why do I have to stay back? Like, what's going on? They were like, just stay, just stay. So this was 2020. So you can
Hmm.
imagine what was going on there. They were like, just stay, things are rough everywhere, but just stay where you are. So I was like, okay, let me look for what to do. I didn't really have I don't like I didn't have any plans. Like I was
Hmm.
just moving vibes. So I was like, okay, let me try and do a master's. But I genuinely could not find anything that I was interested in. I was just like, I don't have anything I'm passionate
I
about
remember
at
this
this.
phase.
So I was like, okay, so I did a law degree. So I was like, okay, the next sensible thing will be to go to law school. So I did go to law school. Then after that year as well, I was like, okay, again, I'm kind of ready to come back home. They were like,
Hmm.
maybe you should just stay there. Because I had been, say, like around 6, 7 years in the UK at this point. And one of the routes to qualify to get like some sort of permanent stay as a resident is to have lived here consecutively for 10 years. So they were like, just do the 10 years. And then after that, you can come back home if you want to go to another country if you want to. And yes, I got a job and been here since then.
Wow. I didn't know that. Not. I didn't know that like the route to like permanent like residency wasn't part of your original plan.
No, it's still not part of my original plan. I mean, now I'm here. I'm like, I'm going to stay here the 10 years. But I'm just thinking after 10, 11 years, I'm like, okay, where next?
Yeah.
Okay, so are
Yeah.
you still reluctant to be outside of Nigeria, like right now? Like if you
Kind
ideal
of.
world, yeah, you'd have preferred to go back home.
Ideal world will not be to live in Nigeria. Ideal world would be like I can dip in and out when I want
Fair,
to.
So
I think
road
I
to
think that's everyone's
residency
dream.
indeed. Yeah, road to
Yeah.
residency indeed. Yeah.
All
Um.
right, fire. How about you?
So we finished secondary school 2012, right?
Yep.
So June 2012, and I was sort of in that space of also, okay, what do I want to do, right? Do I want to go to school in London? Do I want to go to school in the US? Or even Canada was kind of like thrown out there as well.
Mhm.
But obviously, I was actually born here in DC, so I just figured at some point I'll I'll probably gonna end up in America. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So 6 months I was just vibing, chilling. I came to America. I think I was in like SAT school. Um, chilling. I think I took French classes for like 4 months. I don't know any French except from yes, oui. That's all. That's
Mhm.
the only thing I
I'm
know.
dead.
Literally. But so I started school 2013 January. So pretty much I took like a 6 month gap, if you want to call it that. And I think that's some kind of when Malik 2 started in California as well,
I
2013
was just
January.
yeah, I was just about to
Yeah,
say like
yeah.
we kind of had like the same
Same,
pipeline
literally
before
same
starting
pipeline.
college.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So so I went to Nigeria like just for Christmas vibes and everything like that. Then I moved to Chicago first actually. So I was in
Mm.
Chicago for about a year and a half. It was a good experience. It's just I was just young to really like experience like this city itself because I think it's one of the best cities in the world. Just
Mhm.
vibes, food, just different things. Now, unfortunately enough, I moved to Chicago 2013 January, dead winter, like literally. I didn't even have anything to prepare myself. There was no fall or whatever you guys
Mhm.
want to call it, literally. Like I moved dead winter, but like it was cool, like it was all right. I was there for, like I said, 2013 to 2014, right? And I was at a community college in a city called Champaign, so which is about like 2 hours away from Chicago.
Mhm.
Then
Urbana.
Urbana Champaign. So and I was time to, go into, 4-year university, and my two options were Howard University in DC and University of Maryland College Park in Maryland, about like maybe 30 minutes away from each other. Um, so I was only able to get into Howard at the time, right? But at Howard, the tuition was extremely expensive for out of state, right?
Mhm.
Um, I think it was about like maybe like 20 grand a semester. Back then, exchange rate wasn't that bad, but it was, was starting to,
Choke.
Mhm.
it was starting to choke small. You know what I'm saying? It was,
Mhm.
but it was still maybe around like 150, 160, creeping up to 200 range. So I was at Howard for a year, and then I applied to College Park again because I didn't get in the first time. Now, College Park is kind of where I've always just wanted to go to.
Mhm.
So at that time, right, their their soccer program was number one, right? And me at that time, I still thought I could make it in. I still, I had to tell my league, yo, I'm going to be the best soccer player ever. I'm going to be the best, literally, this, that, this. Every dream that almost every Nigerian guy that was playing
Yep.
soccer had, like they
Yeah.
will make it in life, that kind of vibe. Cool. So, but besides that, their school, like academically as well, like they were like really top. And then I was born in Maryland, not in DC actually. I was born in like close to Baltimore. So I was going
Mhm.
to be paying in-state tuition
Yeah.
in Maryland, right? And like I said, for me, I thought academically was a better school than Howard. So I went from paying like 20K to like 6K per semester. So it was like a no-brainer, literally.
Mhm.
Um, and like I said, it was like 30 minutes away from each other. So it wasn't like I didn't feel like I was making such a dramatic move or big
Yeah.
move or anything like that. Like most of my friends that I even still hung out with post, me moving to College Park were actually at Howard. So it was still like, I still kind of kept that connection there. So I was there from 2015-ish till 2017. So I graduated 2017. Going back to Nigeria was not even in my like it was I wasn't even thinking about Nige. The only thing that came to my mind about Nige was just December. Just because of the truth, literally like spending Christmas with family and friends. That's kind of where it ended. It wasn't a case of NYSC or anything like that. Literally, it was just a
Mhm.
case of, it was just Christmas and then let me figure out what I can do here for 11 months in a year. And I was job searching for about like 6 months. Yeah, from like when I graduated to like when I found my first job. And then I started working like 2018 was when I got my first job. And I've just kind of been here since then, obviously like kind of like moving up within my industry, and here we
Per.
are, 2024, and I'm still in the US.
That's pretty
Any
dope.
real consideration of like going back home and living at home?
Yeah, say no days now.
Yeah,
Just
I mean,
December.
like obviously, as I've gotten older, obviously I'm 28, be 29, so Malik is already 29.
Nobody
Um,
asked you.
I'm
Nobody
just,
asked you. Like,
I'm just saying, I'm just saying, you know, there, there could be maybe in the next 5 years, right? I don't think I will live in Nigeria permanently,
Mhm.
but I'm trying to set up my life in a way whereby there are things I'm trying to do back home as well that will require me to be there maybe a couple months in a year,
On a
right?
bi-coastal thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Mm.
So,
because ideally, right? I know someone said ideally, she would like to bounce around and things like that. I mean, ideally, I would like to live in Nigeria. That's home. Like,
Yeah.
I was born here, but like that's like Niger still home. Yeah, that's why
still
we
yet.
still try
Still
and
yet.
find night child here in
Mm-hmm.
America. Yeah, I'm saying like that's still home. So ideally, like I would love to live in Nigeria, right? But before I fully move back to Nigeria, I want to use the next 5 to 10 years to set up a lot of things for myself so that when I do move, I'm moving in a good place and I'm moving at the right
Soft.
time with things set up for me, as opposed to like me moving there and then trying to figure out this and trying to
Also,
figure out
also,
Yeah,
that and
also.
stuff like that,
yeah,
literally. So
Yeah.
like,
yeah, yeah. Everyone says like having a plan is very important
yeah, yeah,
for
yeah,
moving
it's
back home.
Yeah.
extremely
You have to have all of
important.
that
So
set up. I wanted to ask you an Isioma question because
Okay.
Isioma went to school in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
Abimsala, you went to school in the US.
Yeah.
So do you guys like at the time of graduation and like splitting up, do you guys actually both expect to keep your friendship alive over the Atlantic? Like did you guys have a actual conversation about it, or was it just like, kind of known vibe, or you guys actually just were surprised that, the connection just stayed and kept growing?
Never said you asked to.
It's your man, what I want for you.
I mean, so we didn't have a conversation. I didn't think we had a
No.
conversation. So it kind of just carried on as usual. So the summer before everyone went away, people started going away like maybe August, September. So
Mm-hmm.
I went away ending of August, and it was just a thing of like, okay, I'm in a new country, new
Mm-hmm.
people, new culture, everything. Any little thing that happens, like I can literally see two people like fighting outside the shop or something. I'm just like, come and see what happened to you. So it was just a thing of like I was constantly calling my friends. Like
Mm-hmm.
people know me, I'm always on FaceTime. Like
Yeah.
I have a whole rotation. Once I've called this person, the next person is
Yeah.
and so it was just a thing of like I'm calling Abimsola. Okay, maybe time difference and everything. Then I would just
Mm-hmm.
send her like a voice notes or send her like snaps or something like that. So she just was always in the loop, and it just carried on like that.
Mm-hmm. Did you? Was there a period of time where you were not in school, like when you moved?
For me,
Yeah.
um, no. So I
Oh.
moved end of August, and I think I started school like in 2 weeks.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so I just
Um.
like started straight away.
So that means I might be confusing you slightly with another
Uh,
person. But I know that at the beginning of me moving, I
uh-huh.
didn't have. So I took a gap year, so I wasn't in school. So I was a true FaceTime fighter. Okay, I had all the time. I also had my Q rotation, and then a lot of the people who I was spending time on FaceTime with were also people who like were taking some sort of a gap year. So
Uh,
we had a lot of free time, and then also yeah, I don't think it was ever really intentional. I feel like we fell into a groove. I think even after graduation, all sorts of tea was just spilling left, right,
oh
center.
God, don't
So
even
like there
start.
was just gist for days.
The mess.
See,
It
I
was
don't know
bad.
if it's our
It was
Yeah,
graduation
bad.
that
that even
corona mess.
guys anything come out. Yeah. So I think that maybe might have started the groove of like, being on the
Mm,
phone, talking, voice notes, that kind of thing. Because like even during like normal school breaks, it wasn't like we used to see each other outside of school
yeah.
realistically because we didn't live close to each other at
Close to each
all.
other. I didn't used to go out like that much either. So it was a
Yeah.
thing of like a few messages here and there, and then we'll just catch up over the whole like everything that's happened over summer in school.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know. It kind of just happened and we just stayed on the phone. Like, yeah, now, like on my weekends, I'm like, oh, okay, I need to call this Yoma. Like, we need to just catch up, see what's up, see how everything's going. But yeah, it
Like
wasn't
when I can't
intentional.
sleep, say like I don't know, 2 o'clock in the morning, I can't sleep. I'm like the next person I know I'm calling for sure is let me call up so she's awake. Probably
Yeah.
doing something like maybe cooking dinner or something. So I'll just like pick up my phone and call her. That's how it is.
And then I'll be like, bro, is it not 2 a.m.? Are you not going to work tomorrow? What are we doing here? Yeah.
Okay, so it looks
But
like
yeah,
the time difference was actually an assist there versus a challenge for keeping the communication going. Because when Isioma couldn't sleep, because Abim is still
Oh,
awake in the US, that she knows that she can reach out to her at any time, innit?
yeah, yeah.
Um, I was going to speak on a little bit me and Folarin if we like had like any intentionality with our friendship. I don't think so. Um, First of all, I'm going to rebuttal some of the things you said at the beginning. I remember I have to. I didn't recall any of that when we first met, kind of thing.
Aye.
Because again, we're so young, but kudos for you. Your memory is good. I remember
Right.
like our friendship like ebbing and flowing like over
Mm-hmm.
the how many years have we've been friends. I feel like there's ebbed and flowed a little bit, and I feel like
Mm-hmm.
the first time I really flagged that me and you were really becoming friends was
Mm-hmm.
actually closer to like a year 9, SS1, year 10.
Right. Right.
Me and Falari actually hung out outside school. Like
Yes.
we hung out a lot outside school, and we'd have like the same summer and same stories when we went back into
Uh-huh.
school, and we kind of enjoyed um going out and about, all of that, and
Yeah.
we used to do it frequently. I feel like that's when we
Yeah.
became really close.
I agree. Yeah.
Then I feel like right when we were graduating, we both kind of knew that we were both going to America.
Ish. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, we didn't have like any conversation or anything about it, but like a lot of our friends, I
Mm.
felt like we're going to the UK. So it was just like,
Yes. Going to London.
like me, you, and maybe another handful of friends were going to the US.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of
Mm-hmm.
like just, like stayed in touch based on, all we have, right now,
Yeah.
starting out.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Then I think also just having like the similarity of like doing like a gap year, going to community
Mm-hmm.
college a little bit before
Mm-hmm.
school, that kind of thing. I think I
Yeah.
was even in Chicago for one summer because my
Yep.
cousin
For a
played in
summer.
Chicago as well.
I used to play
So
soccer like every Wednesday, something like that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like then you now went off to college. I went off to college. Then you now like
Yeah.
dropped a little bit. Then now pick
Mm-hmm.
up somewhere again in the middle. That
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
thing. Like we
Right.
ebbed and flowed. Then maybe when we graduated, we were now like, okay, we've known each other for so long. We're
Mm-hmm.
very
Yeah.
familiar with each other. That kind of thing. But yeah,
Yeah.
how are you thinking about it when you first like split in secondary school?
Just let me just take it from the top, right? Year 7 to year 9, you're still sort of figuring out, okay, who am I going to chill with? Who am I going to hang out with? Who am I going to, you know, like who's going to be my best friend? Pretty much, you're still, you're still like kind of like meeting people. Like, I'm
yeah.
saying, like your friend in year 7 was maybe not your friend in year 8. Maybe your
Mm-hmm.
friends in year 8 were not really as close with you in year 9. I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I feel if there was like a score that I was keeping, right? From year 7 to year 9, Malik was at the top of that list. I'm
Wow.
saying? There was like a score of like, okay, who like consistently is your best friend from year 7? Malik was at the top of that chart.
Malik,
So
was he at the top of your charts?
Like, no, let me finish the story. Don't start that. Don't start nothing here.
I feel like I tried to
It's
cause
okay.
war.
This is a safe
so
place.
so Malik was at the top of that because like year 7 we're still kind of like most of your friends were your friends that you went to primary school with, right? So I
Okay.
went to Corona Papa with a couple of my friends that came to Corona Secondary School as well,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I think Malik went to a VI.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So Malik went to VI, and then obviously I think a couple people came from VI as well that he was kind of like hanging out with. So we just kind of like all mixed and whatever. But like Malik definitely stood out for sure. So
Good
year
to hear.
9 was, I would say, when we, like you said, yeah, like year 9 to year 10. When we entered senior school, kind of felt like senior boys. Yeah, I would say
Mm-hmm.
whatever I used to call it, right? And we remained in the same class, right? And but like for some reason, what I actually think made us closer was just our religion, in my opinion. That's just what I feel as well. Because
Mm.
like we prayed together on Fridays, and then most times on Sundays when Christians were in the hall having church, we're
Mm-hmm.
in the dorm chilling. Yeah, I'm saying so like we got a lot of alone time together,
Okay. Yeah, that
right?
makes sense.
To like just chill with other Muslims as well. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying that like it was basically me and him that were just chilling, hanging out, just talking and things like that. So I actually have a feeling that our religion also brought us closer,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion as well.
I
So we
like the
got
way
to
you're
year nine.
packaging this. Very nice and yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
So we got to year 9, and then we're still year 9, year 10, we're still in the same class. So at some point you're like, "But guy, I came to school, you're the first person I met.
Mm-hmm.
You are my class year 7, you're my class year 8, you're in my class year 9, we're in the same
Bruh.
religion, we're in the same house. Was the heron, I was in the heron as
Yeah,
Yeah.
well.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It was very
Even missed
easy
that
for
part.
us to be
Yeah, I'm
around
saying
each
so like
other
we're
consistently. It
just
was
around each
very
other most
easy.
of the time. But like fate brought us around each other most of the time, but like we put in that effort to also like each other. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't
Mm-hmm.
just, oh, I just here with each other. Hey, hi Malik, how are you? Like it was like we actually enjoyed talking to each other. Now, what we used to talk about, oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
no.
Oh
Yeah.
Lord. Do you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Now, well, maybe we can save that for later, later in the show, that kind of vibe, but or maybe not at all. We don't even
Yeah,
need
I
to
was
discuss
about to
it.
say maybe
Yeah.
never.
Yeah.
Maybe
We actually don't
never.
even need to discuss it at all.
Yeah.
Maybe never. Yeah, I'm saying, but like we just found out, okay, what this person is interested in, what this person is interested in, and stuff like that. And Malik was very, very bright in class. Like was one of our top guys in class as well.
Bro.
I was more I
No,
was
no, no,
I
no.
was more like
No, no, no.
Why are you surprised?
I have to
Malik
stop it
was
here.
no,
No, this boy
he's going to
gassing
try and
it.
be
He's
humble.
gassing it. I have to stop it
He's
right
going to
there.
try and be humble. It's okay. He's going to try and be humble. But
I continue.
from like from like year 10 to like year 12, right? I was like heavy in sports, like literally. So like we used to go leave school for a lot of like outside competition, like whether it was
Mhm.
soccer, whether it was um
Didn't
track,
you
like
run?
track
Yeah.
and field. Yeah, track and field and stuff like that. So when I came back, like not like we did it consistently or anything like that. I'm not trying to say we did this consistent, but like there were some times that Malik was like, okay, this is what you kind of like missed in class today and stuff like that. So we kind of had that relationship as well. It wasn't just all vibes and everything. It was a little bit of like, okay, this is what you should know and stuff like that.
Let
Again,
me help you.
not
Yeah.
as consistently, but for that age, for us to for like for Malik to actually to think about stuff like that was actually, kind of like showed his maturity and everything like that.
Mhm.
So we did that. Okay, year 10 to year 12 vibes, cool. We graduated, right? So, like you said, we kind of knew that, okay, we're both going to end up in America, that kind of vibe. So, at the time, I think another thing that kept us close from 2012 when we graduated to 2012 December was we had a mutual friend that I was sort of talking to, right?
Mm.
And Malik was friends with her, right? I'm not going to name any names, right? So I used to be like, Malik, okay, what she's saying now? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they'll FaceTime,
Mm.
Malik will FaceTime me. This was FaceTime heavy, literally. Or,
Mm.
no, actually, Skype heavy.
Skype heavy.
Right.
Yeah.
Skype heavy, yes. Skype heavy. So, Malik will FaceTime me. I'm like, okay, Malik, okay, like, like, okay, what she's saying.
Malik, you
Like,
know the
literally
babe.
almost
Has
every
your brain
single day.
registered who the baby is?
No,
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 Oh
no.
god.
don't
No.
worry,
And
don't
this
worry.
is terrible for them because there are many scenarios like this. So which one?
Literally. But this one was just specific to these 6 months, literally. Now, again, there's
Oh,
no need
that's
for any
crazy.
names here today. But like, so for those 6 months, like we used to FaceTime heavy, like honestly, like we always like watch soccer a lot too. So we used to talk about like Malik supports Man U, I support Liverpool, which like literally like biggest rivals. So we used to kind of like banter and troll each other, that kind of vibe. Um, and then 2013, when we both like moved here like fully, we sort of like kept that, you know, vibe going, kept that connection going. We used to see each other like summertime, not for long, but like you said, he came to Chicago one summer. That's kind of like when we're like, okay, I vibes like we're in America, going to a bit of mess together, that kind of vibe. Like just used to do like a bunch of different things.
You know what is
Then
so crazy though? I
go ahead.
remember that, like, I remember being in Chicago that summer and
Hmm.
like Folarin showing up at the house one day.
At the house, yeah,
And
yeah,
in my brain, I read that as, oh, it's so cute. Look at them making out time to like hang out with each
yeah,
other. But on this
yeah,
side, it was just, I guess, why same place, let's run it
Might
type
as
of
well.
feelings.
Might as well.
yeah. It's literally might
Yeah.
as well like we're there
Yeah.
together.
Okay.
And like I said, like that summer was great. Like literally, I spent that summer with Malik. I again, I can't tell you everything that happened that summer.
Oh,
You
It's
know what I'm
God.
okay.
saying? But
Yeah.
yeah, let's just let that slide.
Mm-hmm.
Then Malik, I actually see it differently from you a little bit. I actually
Mm-hmm.
think when you moved to Philly
Mm-hmm.
for school, and I moved to DC/Maryland for school, I actually don't think there was any downward or any ebbs. I think that's when everything just went up from there. Literally, in
Okay.
my
Wow.
opinion. Like that's like for me, Shad, I feel like that's when you're in Philly, 2 hour drive away. I'm here in DMV, guy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. No. Don't get
And
me
I
wrong. Don't get me
remember
wrong.
going,
I feel like that's when we fully settled in, like as
yeah,
adults and
hmm
everything, like into our friendship.
yeah,
It's because like
yeah,
I was busy with school. You are busy with school. It's
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
we'll be locked in on books. Then we'll have like
Right,
spring break. Then maybe like 2 weeks
yeah,
for okay, what are we doing? We have
hmm
break from school,
hmm
or what
yeah,
are you doing for a birthday? Or what have we'll just like
yeah,
quickly link up
yeah.
here and
I
there.
agree. I get what you mean. I think the initial phase was, it's just us settling down into our new environment and
Mm-hmm.
things like that. But I feel like once we did that, everything just went like uphill from there. Literally,
Mm-hmm.
like it was a case of I'm in Philly almost every other weekend. Again, what we're doing there is not really, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Folarin is not allowed to
Um,
say that again. On the radar we
Yeah.
yeah.
listen, he's not allowed to
No,
say that
oh, we
again.
I promise you, I'm probably gonna say it 20 more times before
Oh
this
boy.
ends. Literally, you know what I'm
Oh boy.
saying? So, but then he moved after Philly. He went to Houston, I believe,
Hmm.
right? And then
Mm-hmm.
I was here, so that's kind of like the first time I was like, man, this guy is like, guy fire away small shot, literally. But you know, we kind of started working. Then we're able to like afford, okay, buying plane tickets to go to Houston. He'll buy a plane ticket to come to DC,
Let me not lie.
that kind of vibe.
Our friendship is sweet when money enter.
Yeah, no. When
The thing
when
about it
when
too,
money
because
entered, not only
yeah,
was it sweet here, when we went back for Christmas, oh
it's
Lord,
okay,
oh
it's okay,
Lord.
it's okay,
No,
it's okay.
again, I don't want to say everything that happened.
Yeah.
Let's continue. Right,
Okay.
cool. But then,
All
but
right, I
then,
think yeah, I think we're good. We're good on you, bro. We're good on you.
Yeah.
We're good on you. We're good on you. Thanks for that.
uh,
Thanks for that. I want to ask Isioma something. So we've talked about like how one on one with our mutual friends. We did have a little bit of distance. How we overcame that. It doesn't seem like it was much of a task for either of us, which I love that for us. But how about like relationship with friends who are back home in Nigeria, and when we're here in the UK and the US? Like, how do you maintain those friendships? Is it just as hard as maintaining friendships in other diasporan countries, or just about the same? Because I don't know that I have that many friends, back home, so I don't
Yeah,
have
that's
too much of
what
that
I was gonna say. I
experience.
think like there's when I think of friends back in Nigeria, there's literally just one person. Well, at the time,
Mm.
just one person that comes to mind. So I mean, maybe there were other people that I'll like catch up with here and there, but there was just that one friend I had, and it was almost even easier because like
mm,
Nigeria is same time zone as here in the UK. So if I'm
yeah.
calling her, I'm not thinking, okay, she's asleep or anything. And she was also in uni at the time, so I can call her during the day type of thing. So it wasn't difficult. And when I was in uni, I also used to go back to Nigeria a bit too often, to be honest. I was back home like 3 times a year. I'll go
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Easter, summer, Christmas.
Wow.
Sometimes, okay, maybe 2 times a year. But there were years where I
Still,
went back.
I'm jealous because if
Let me
you're
tell
in
you that.
UK, you can just dip to Lagos real quick. Can just a quick
Mm-hmm.
dip to
There was
Lagos.
one time my mom like was like doing a 6 year for my dad, and I was in school. I was like, man, if I enjoy, She's like, come. I was like, oh, for real? Like, this was a conversation we had on a Tuesday afternoon. By Friday, I was in Lagos. Like, it just happened.
Whoa. It must
So
be
I was like, Yeah,
nice.
then so it wasn't. I wouldn't say it was that much of a struggle because then if I'm going back home, I'm meeting up with them. Like I would even go and stay in a house. She'll come and stay in my house, that type of thing. If I was here, then it was again same thing. Just my rotation of friends. I would just call on FaceTime to be like, how far, and I'll just start repeating the whole story again. If I don't want to repeat the whole story, I'll just do like a massive video on Snapchat and just send it to everybody. Like,
Mm.
guys, take.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't hard.
Mm-hmm.
Abim, how about you? Any friends back home? What's that
I
dynamic like?
think we might be referring to the same friend,
Mm.
honestly. And
And we had a group chat as well, to be fair. So like
yeah,
we would just
I hope this causes problem that Isioma was the one that you brought on the podcast and not the other one. I
and
hope
not
you people
No,
fight.
whoa,
no,
relax,
I hope you
no,
people fight.
relax,
no,
relax,
we're not like
relax,
that. We're not like that. We're not like that.
relax.
It's a
Actually,
level of
I'll
mess.
actually say that we're actually not like that, and
No, we're
I'm
not like
actually
that.
very thankful for the group chat that I have. But yeah, I think because I was here, like you guys, a lot of my friends either went to school in the UK, or they stayed in Nigeria, or they were just not on the like America end of things. So very early, I think I had to learn how to, like, you know how when people graduate from college and they're like, okay, now trying to like adult with their friendships, you're not seeing each other as often, you have to make an additional effort. I specifically remember one of my friends being like, oh my God, like this is so crazy. Like I have to be very intentional about like calling people and that kind of thing. And I'm like, bro, I've been doing this for the last 4 or 5 years. Like this is standard for me. You know what I'm saying? So like
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I was already in that rotation of like my friends may not be around me, but I need to learn how to like keep talking to them. And maybe it was even slight anxiety too of like I didn't want
Uh-huh.
to lose my friends because I wasn't like in the
Mhm.
same place as them. So I was making an additional effort to be like, oh, I'm still here. I'm still like want to be friends with you and that kind of thing. Like even though we're not
Mm.
in the same place.
Yeah.
And that was actually a question I was going to ask, I guess, for everybody. So when you're now in this new space and you're finding new friends, like where you are, what was it like fitting your long distance friend into that mix?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm personally not good at that because if you're not in my face, I can forget.
Mm,
Mhm.
Folarin might be able to speak on that a little better because he's a FaceTime warrior, and I always commend him for it. He knows how to keep in touch
Shout
with
out to my FaceTime
everybody,
warriors.
bruh.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm actually a FaceTime warrior, but so Malik, let me be specific in terms of like the friendship, right? So when Obiamaka left the Philly to move back to Nige, right? I made sure that okay, that was a friendship that was dear to me. Do you know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to make sure that like okay, every chance that I got to speak to her, you know, I took advantage of the chance, right? But in my opinion, I don't think you can fully know how someone is doing, how someone is like their mental space, or if they're happy, if you're not really in the same place.
Mm-hmm.
There's only so much FaceTime can show you. You know what I'm saying? So I can be talking to Malik on FaceTime every night, like, but once that call ends, that person goes back to their life, you go back to your life,
Mm-hmm.
and you're not really able to know exactly, you know, what that person is going through, right?
You know what is so crazy? I'm literally thinking this and I'm like, I don't need to say too much to you. So when the call starts, hello, guys, can't imagine. Let me tell you what happened today. Oh, this thing was so annoying. And she will just
Like
like,
we literally, well, okay,
she
I just upload.
spills.
I just
Yeah.
upload. And I think I was going to say I agree to an extent in terms of like the FaceTime thing, but like say
Mm-hmm.
me and Abimsala in particular, like I don't even know the last time I saw Abimsala in person. I think it was
Yeah.
when we went to Iceland together. Is probably the
No, I
last time
saw you in London.
Yeah. Sorry. Okay, so maybe.
I saw you in London in
Oh yeah,
in
yeah, yeah,
Reading.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
But
my
before that
bad.
was
Sorry,
Iceland. Yeah.
sorry. Okay, yeah, we've seen each other more
Mm.
recently, thank God. But for me, it was just a thing of okay, I knew that Abisa is one of the people that she's really dear to me, but I'm not going to be seeing her as often as I would want to.
Mhm.
So how can
It's
I still
okay.
Are
make
you a
her?
Yoruba girly?
No, I'm not.
No, she's
Oh
not.
my
She's not.
God,
She's not.
Okay,
welcome.
I'm hanging around to video, but people. But it
Yeah.
was a thing of how can I make Abim Salah very much part of my life. So, like she said, she will call, I'll call, she'll pick up the phone, I'll be like, guy, let me just start in my day. Before I even say, okay, maybe that's not a great thing, but I'll just be like, I'm just allowed, then I'll offload, and then I'll be like, okay, anyways, sorry.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
or like, even for me offloading, she'd be like, oh, same, like XYZ happened to me. Or it would even be a thing of, so in the first year after secondary school, when I came here, I was kind of like struggling to fit in because I went to a school where it was just me and one other Nigerian girl. The other Nigerian girl lived here for like, 6, 7 years before. So she had friends and I didn't have friends. So I'll be following her out, but like it was her friends. I didn't have my own friends for like the first 2 years. So, and I was also going through something that very, very first year. It was hard. And I was always one of the people that I would call and I would just have Abdullah on FaceTime. Like I'll be washing plates, I'll do my hair, I'll be doing my work, I'll be on the bus. Abdullah will just be on the phone.
Yeah.
So I think that way I just like integrated her into like my everyday life. When I knew that okay, I'm not going to see her for a while. So that's how I kept she in my life. And when I'm with other people, like I can be with this one friend and I'll call Abim so that I'll be chilling with this friend, but Abim so that I'll be there. And that's how she just became a part of my everyday life.
Those mundane hangouts.
That and I think it
nobody's
also
talking
helped
about the FaceTime is on.
Yeah. I think it was also good because before we left, we were already sort of safe spaces for each other. I feel like, in secondary school, there really isn't a lot I don't even think there's anything that is happening in my life that Isioma doesn't know. Like she
Same.
is fully in the mix. And I think that just comes from where we started our friendship, I guess. So it wasn't hard to like confide in each other in that way. I will say I didn't even know that you were kind of like intentionally trying to include me because I think we've had a conversation about this, but like for a while, because I was here, like I used to worry that I wasn't a primary friend for a lot of my friends anymore because I wasn't in the same space as them. Like sometimes if you went to, I don't even know what school those guys went, maybe it was Reading.
I think it's
It was
Reading, but I used to be in Reading.
no, but I was so like
oh yeah, there was
we
a
had
few of people from our school that went to Reading. Yeah.
so there's like Isioma will go to Reading and she'll FaceTime me like when they're all together and like I'm sure in their brains they were trying to include me, but like for me it was just like damn.
She's
Look
gone.
at my homies. Look at my homies out here without me.
She don't need me no more.
Yeah.
Just put me out of my misery and please waste time call.
Literally.
I hope you never felt that way.
Literally. But yeah, I think so from like that's interesting that it was easy for you to do that because like
I was very like particular. So in that first year, because you had a gap year, so you were like always mostly available, and I liked that because I was like, my friend is here, like my guy, like that I really want to talk to, like will be there with me if I call her. And after that year, which was very early on after we left secondary school, I was like, okay, I need to kind of make you know that this is what I want for us. Like we didn't sit down and talk about it like this, but in my in my head, I knew that okay, yeah, Abimsala is like one person that would be like she has to be involved, basically.
Okay, so now I have a question for you, and then same question for everybody. Was there a defining moment in our friendship where you realized, no, we're guys for life?
Can't really talk about it. So okay, it was after secondary school. Remember how you said just was flying everywhere?
Oh yes. Okay. It's okay. I know the gist.
Without saying too much, something had happened that I was like, God damn it! I can't believe this is happening to me. And
What's the gist?
No, you can never tell
Just
this gist is not coming out. Yeah, it's not coming out.
And it was so bad for me. I was in shock for like 2 days straight. Like and I was like, what, 16? I was like, what the hell is going on now?
Yeah.
So I had told Abdul that she was like the first person I told. Abdul like, come and hear what's happening.
First of all, or not. That was the first person to collect that gist. Okay, because that gist was piping.
Because Abdullah was like close to like said person. So I was like, okay, Abdullah needs to hear this because this is unacceptable. And I think the way you acted, like in that whole situation, I was like, not like I was expecting less, but you kind of just went above and beyond, like more than what I thought would happen. So I was like, okay, nice.
What did I do?
you were backing me now, and you were like,
Oh
you were,
yeah.
because I thought you would be more neutral because of the kind of relationship you had with everybody involved. So I thought you'd be a bit
Mm-hmm.
more on the neutral side, but you were not, and I like that you were not, because I think other
I
people
can't
that
lie
were
to you. I carried that thing on my
you
head.
carried it on your
So
head.
I
Like other
carried that thing
people
on my
that
head.
were sort of involved were not as forward as you were or as vocal as you were. So I think for that I was like, okay, yeah.
This gist is sweet, oh, Malik.
Omo.
You can
Like,
never know.
literally,
You can never
it's
know
bad,
it.
bro.
For the
Eh,
sake of all the other parties involved, you can actually never
Eh,
know this. Yeah, you can
it's
never
okay.
know
It's
this
okay.
just.
I'll text this your man after. I'll text her after.
Yeah,
Abim, I'll
maybe.
text you. You let me know. You let me know what's up.
Hmm.
Literally.
I
And then
think
Malik will check,
Yeah,
see if the
come on.
stories
Yeah,
match.
yeah,
Yeah.
Serious.
I think for me it was Iceland actually.
Hold
Um,
wait.
I know, I know, I know, I know. I'm so sorry.
Wait.
No, to be fair, before
Uh-huh.
this, so we had been friends, right? So
Mhm.
the premise of the Iceland trip was we are in a group chat where the trip never leaves the group chat. Isioma and I, on the other hand, we are making this trip happen. Like you are still talking, whatever. We out here, we're doing this.
Mhm.
And so the two of us had planned like we're going to make this trip happen, and we finally made it happen. I think this might be the first time your parents are knowing that Iceland actually happens.
Hey.
Question
Mhm.
mark?
Do you know till today took the ship with Abimsa to Iceland, just very random, for like what,
Yeah,
4, 5 days, and I didn't tell my
I don't
parents.
think it was that long.
I didn't tell my parents. I just up and left, and they were calling me every
That's
day,
okay. They don't
thinking I
need
was
to
in the
know.
library.
You'll be
Yeah,
fine.
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
was
you
a
came to find out.
great trip. Let me tell you,
It
it
was
was a
nice.
great trip,
It was really
and
nice.
I think being on that trip, for as short as it was, for as slightly chaotic as it was, even getting there,
Oh
just
yeah,
seeing you physically in person, spending however many hours or however many days with you, I was like, this is so crazy that the two of us intentionally made this effort to sort of meet somewhere quote unquote in the middle.
because
And
that was what
like,
we said we'll do. Like it was
yeah,
too far to come like to all the way to Europe. It was too far to go like somewhere close to America. So we said, okay, let's literally open the map and find somewhere that will not be too far, and that's how we just started planning.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah. And like just seeing that happen physically was like, oh yeah, this is my homie for life. Like we locked in, ain't no switching
Mhm.
sides type
Mhm.
piece. So yeah, shout out Iceland.
Yeah.
That's how I planned.
What about you guys?
Flo, do you have a moment?
So I don't have a moment specific.
I don't think I
Actually,
I don't think I have.
I kind of do actually.
What was it?
I
Yeah.
think it was SS2, SS2, SS3, right?
Mm,
Um, so at the time, I was, I was in secondary school. I was young and immature, right? Let me just put it that way, right?
okay.
So I, again, I'm what 13, 14. Yeah, I'm saying I think I'm the baddest person in the
How
world,
you
whatever.
13,
Fine.
14,
I was
SS2,
about to
Well,
say.
SS3
14,
now? Hold
14
on.
SS2,
Let's
no?
No,
no,
yeah.
Wait
13 is
now.
year 8,
No, no,
GS2.
13 can't be it. Okay, let's just say I was 15. Let's just say 15.
I can allow
That's
15,
more
16.
accurate.
Yeah.
I bet 15, 16, cool.
Mm,
And um, Malik saw a couple, things I was doing that is like, "Oh, bro, it's okay. Just relax on this one specifically. Like I'm saying, like focus on this, let this one go. Me, I was like, nah. I'm saying? Literally, I'm like, no, I want to dip myself into everything possible. And I'm saying, and Malik is like, no, like, just like take like just one at a time, like just focus,
you
like you
know
already
what's
have
so
this, just focus
crazy?
on
I
this.
think I know this
What?
gist. That's crazy.
Oh my God.
There's no
Yeah.
way.
Anyway, it's possible actually. It's actually possible. Literally, all these juvie babes, they do everything I
Ah,
was going on my head. For some
Yeah,
reason,
dang,
Not
for
Juvie
dang,
some
babes.
dang,
Not
dang,
for
Juvie
some
babes.
dang, dang. And I'll
for some
remind you,
reason.
we were on the same floor as your said girl, so
to be fair,
we
Exactly.
yeah.
Like they
actually
knew
knew one or
everything.
two things.
It's just
Yeah.
like Abim said, like literally, like they just knew everything. Literally, like was very very random. But anyways, so so yeah, like I at the time, like to be, I don't know if I should be very specific, but at the time I had a girlfriend, right? And I sort of used to like entertain other people. And Malik is like, no, like bro, like chill, like there's no need to do this. Like, yeah, I was at a very young age. Yeah, I was like, yeah, this is like Malik's
Malik, are
maturity.
you
Yeah,
embarrassed on his behalf? What's going
Malik,
on?
it's not embarrassing. It's just happy. You know what I'm saying? But hey, this is Japa Diaries. We're gonna keep
Yeah,
it
honest,
100 on
honest.
this
Yeah,
thing. You know what
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying?
Time has
Making
This is
us
passed.
honest
Time
thing
has
here.
happy.
passed.
So,
Something.
so Malik used to be like, bro, like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of got myself in some mess and some like difficult situations and troubles. But like when that happened to me, Malik still came back to sort of like, he didn't come on so maybe I warned you, maybe I told you
Mm-hmm.
not to. Malik came on like it's all good, like just learn from your mistakes and things like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And when he did that, I was like, damn, like this guy didn't come and you know put
Yeah.
it right in front of my face. He actually came to like be a helping hand in terms of like, what, it's all good. Like we're young, you make mistakes, but like don't let this happen again in the future. Like it's better it's happening now
Mm-hmm.
than 10 years from now, that kind of vibe. So I've always been impressed with like his maturity. Like I said at the beginning of the episode, like his maturity has always stood out and things like that. So I feel like for me, the moment where I was down, he was there to, before I was down, he was there to advise me. When I was down, he was there to advise me. So in my mind, I'm like, he's going to advise me and he's going to be there for me when I'm down, when I'm up, like literally whenever. So I think that was
Forever.
when, he like that friendship was like, okay, this is locked in forever, literally.
Mm-hmm.
I
Malik,
love you,
shout out you,
broski.
bro.
Love you, broski. I always feel good
Uh,
about myself sometimes when he talks about me, which is surprising. Yeah, but for me,
boy.
mine is not. I don't know if mine is not as wholesome. I feel like when I felt like we'd be friends for life is when like I saw you integrating into my life more than anybody else at that time. I think maybe like year, actually no, maybe not even year 12. I think maybe we had graduated or we had just graduated. Maybe it was our first Christmas back home from school or whatever. And like
Mhm.
Folarin is actually in our like before we go out, Folarin will come to our house. He will go and
Yeah,
he will
yeah,
greet my mom, my dad.
yeah.
Before we go out, he knows my driver. He can spot him anywhere.
Mr. Muri.
And do you understand? We'll go out, come back, then we'll sleep together in the we're grown ups, so but we'll sleep together in the back house, the back house. We'll
Mm-hmm.
sleep there
Yeah.
together, recuperate from the night, just gist all of that. I'm like, I don't know that there's anybody else that can be this integrated into my life. These are things that I've literally usually only done, by myself. These routines, no one else sees it. And
Mm-hmm.
Folarin was
Yeah.
so close to it and was so comfortable with it. I was like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
okay, this is actually like someone that I see myself being friends with, forever. And also like also during the turbulent times as well, like when we
Mm-hmm.
fight or like we get into issues and we still bounce
Uh,
back from it like it almost didn't
uh,
happen. It's like, there's
uh,
a
yeah,
certain level of comfort there. I know that, whatever comes at us, I know for the most part will be good. So that's when I kind of knew
yeah.
we'd be friends for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question.
Oof.
Shoot.
And Abim and Isioma will go, right? But this is a question for you, Malik, and be honest here, because I also have something to share about this, right? Where, what do you think over the past 6 months, right? Let me put it
Mm-hmm.
that way, 3 to 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think the state of our friendship has changed? And if so, why?
I think I know what you're alluding to.
Hmm.
I know what he's baiting here.
Folarin came here to settle some
he
friendship
said, he
issues.
said, yeah,
He said,
let
is
me
the
come and hear.
camera
Oh.
recording? Yeah.
Let me come and
I've
hear.
been holding on to that question. I said, you know what? Before you guys say, "Oh, this is done for you," I said, "Nah." That
Mhm.
question was come out
Okay.
literally. So go
So
ahead, Miles.
what has happened, I think, in the last 6 months is, I've met someone, I got engaged, I got traditionally
Mhm.
married. So now there's another primary person in my life,
Mhm.
and I think Polari is seeing some adjustments in our relationship based on that. So he wants to know, guy, how far now?
Yeah.
But I'll say just it's a slight shift. I think
Mhm.
when someone gets married, things have to change. I don't think it will be the exact same as it was, prior to
Mhm.
then. But I don't think our friendship is on the downturn because of it. I think it's just an adjustment, and it's also
Mhm.
still new. So we're still
Mhm.
working it out, that kind of thing. I think we'll be fine, Bruce. till the wheels
Yeah.
fall off.
You know, I actually asked that question more for me, actually, not even for you, right?
Okay.
Because I don't think there's anything that you're actually doing that is making me even feel like, oh, you're changing or you're focusing more on your relationship.
Mhm.
I actually think it's me,
That's good.
right?
Yes, yes, yes. I
I
said,
actually,
if I, you know what? Since we're here, no, no, yes,
Let's say
because
blocker.
I feel like you have to recoil a little bit because
right.
of this
Yeah.
adjustment in my life, and I'm like,
Yes.
bro,
Mm.
Yes.
it's cool. I'm
Yeah.
married, not dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Literally.
like
Yeah.
we can
Yeah.
still we can still be with the
Yeah. There was,
shits
there was,
and
there was a day
stuff.
you called me. Malik was like, not because I'm married, that doesn't mean you shouldn't call me. Or,
I
do you know what
like
I'm
bro, you
saying?
guys to bust my
Literally.
line normally. Now,
Literally. Now, I,
zero.
it's just, I just can't, like, I just have to get over the fact, like, maybe I'm just in my head, maybe I'm overthinking it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That, there's another person in Malik's life that also requires his time.
Mhm.
Do you know what I'm saying? Literally. Even she always jokes with Malik that I'm actually his like first wife and Mayu is his second wife and she's the third wife. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Literally. So, and I'm like, the reason why I asked that question is just because like I don't want Malik to feel like I'm taking a step back or anything like that. Even if psychologically I feel like I sort of feel like I'm doing that, but
So now, what this man just said now is okay. What he just said now, he said one thing, they said the other thing. No,
No,
yeah,
hey,
you know what
hey,
I'm saying?
Malik, this is a safe space. I have to say, I'm actually
It's the
very
same,
happy that
but
you
like
guys are talking about this and like we're having a
it's
conversation about it because this is very real. This happens to people a
it's very
lot.
real. It
Yeah.
happens,
Yeah.
literally, it happens. And like the reason why, like Malik just said, I'm taking a step back and I said the same thing, is just because it's part of like the mental thing I'm going through. Like, do you know what I'm
you're
saying?
Yeah.
Like
processing it.
literally.
You're processing
It's
it.
like
Yeah.
I don't, if I knew how to go at it directly, it won't be
Yeah.
like this. It would be like this. Yeah, I'm saying. So
Yeah.
what I can say, because we've actually never spoken about this. This is just the funny
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah.
literally, is that, thankful to Japa Diaries, do you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But
Hey, you know
moving
now.
forward, I would definitely try my best to not think that like, oh my gosh, I can't call you at this, or I can't call you, or we can't talk about this. I can't like, I'll actually put in more of an effort to make sure that things again, it can be as it was, like it can't be 100% it was, but as close as it can be to what it was, it will be that. But obviously, like I'm here whenever, like that kind of vibe. But just all those things, like I can't really just call you at like 12 a.m. to talk about shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Mhm.
can't do that. Like you know what I'm saying? I just have to kind of like adjust some of the things or maybe some of the time frames like I call you like that. I never want to ever because like me personally, I don't want to like be an intruder. Although Malik will never make me feel like
First
that or
of
anything
all,
like that. But
you call me at 2 a.m. with the business of my mama. We lit. Let's go. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Let's go.
but but I feel like a lot of things are obviously like this year, like a lot of things are happening for you. Like your wedding is coming up, your bachelor trip is coming up, which I'm like involved heavily. Do you know what I'm
Best
saying?
part of the
So
year. Let's go.
exactly, literally, like I want to celebrate you and be there for you to the best of my abilities, one
Damn,
thousand
broski,
percent.
why are you
And
doing this to me now? Why
I'm
are you doing this
I'm
to
This is
me
making
now?
I'm
cute.
making that
Mhm.
I'm making that commitment to you
Come
on
on,
this
bro.
call in front of everybody. And
Mhm.
Come on.
you know,
All right, all right, all
we'll
right. I love you
we'll
too,
see.
broski, but it's okay.
See.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah.
okay. I
Okay, all right,
appreciate
No,
all
you.
right,
it's
all
okay.
right, all right.
Listen,
Yeah,
All right,
listen.
yeah.
we'll
We
talk.
done,
We'll
we
talk.
done, we done.
I
Yeah.
All right,
love
we go, we go, we
this.
go.
I mean, like it's so bad. Go, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
love
yeah,
this.
Yeah.
Let me just say, like, yeah, it sounds like Famari is just trying to like be reassured that like your relationship is not going to
yeah.
lose its tightness because of the change. And Malik is
Nah,
being like, yeah, we're good. So
come
Yeah,
I
on.
look forward to you guys
Lagos.
keeping this
yeah,
going.
And
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
Um.
let's
say
see
down
down
to
to
Morocco.
Morocco.
Um.
What's going on?
Leave them.
No worry about
Isioma and I are not married individuals.
it.
The
But I
unmarried.
guess the unmarried. Sorry, best in
Boogie babe.
marriage.
No,
Um,
no, I just arrived.
I
I
just
just arrived.
arrived. Yeah, 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 yeah. But I think it's kind of just like part of the process of like evolving as adults.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I think even in the, I guess the way I would slightly tweak this is like you are definitely a different person from like when we first met. Like we're definitely not the same
Mhm.
people, but the kind of signs of like you're gonna have a lifelong friendship is when that person is evolving with you. So like as the new version of yourself is showing up, they're accepting that new version of you. Like they're not trying to like hold on to this old version of who you were. And I think we've successfully done that. Like even through the versions. How do you shake your head?
And I said, yeah, yeah. I was.
Ah, I thought you said no. I said oh. Ah.
Imagine. I'll be here now.
But yeah, no, I feel like we've successfully done that. Like, because we've been through the shenanigan years. I think we're
Mhm.
done. I think we're done with the shenanigans.
Hopefully.
Okay, nice, 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 nice. And we've survived that. Like even in the same
Yeah.
like there was one period of deep shenanigans there, but like, I still love you. Judgment free space, all that stuff. Um,
No judgment here, please.
yeah, I think that's just it. Being able to evolve with each other and like accept the new version of each other. What do you think?
Yeah. No, yeah, I think so because over the last couple years, even people that I thought I was really close to, like say after 2019 to 2021, like people that I was still riding with, now I'm just like I'm not as close as I was with them. And I think what you said makes sense because maybe I'm holding on to what we had, like maybe back in school or just coming out of school. But with you, is we're changing, we're
Mm,
getting new jobs, getting like, growing our
mm,
careers, being in relationships type of thing. But as I'm growing and as I'm changing, I'm so happy to share that with you. There's some people that I'll be like, okay, I don't want to tell them this because I feel like this is kind of
mm,
going to be the reaction I'll get. But where
Mm-hmm.
Butola, I don't feel like even if I get a reaction I'm not anticipating, that wouldn't make me not want to come and share it with you. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
mm.
You're
Oh,
welcome.
I love that for you guys. I love that for you guys. And I love that you guys said that as well. Like, evolving with each other as well. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, like the friendship you guys had when you were Korea is definitely very different. I'm sure two of you were looking at those two people like, what are these
Different.
guys, doing?
Yeah,
What did we even
yeah,
used to do in Corona? I just used to come and stay in your dorm and I used to
yeah.
literally just lie on your bed all the time and just come and
Yeah.
chill with
There was
you.
one person that I used to have a crush on. I remember this so well. And I think you're the only one I really confided in about this. But guy, I used to run mad based on this crush. And I like one day I was just like, I think I'm just going to tell them. And literally consistently, Isioma would be like, relax. Maybe not,
you you
Wait,
stop that
relax.
right now.
I
Yeah.
think I
And,
remember
and she's
this.
and she's not being mean about it. She'll just be like, I know I understand, but like maybe just yeah, yeah, yeah.
I wish I had that problem. I wish I had that problem. Because
Mm-hmm.
this Malik guy, oh god,
Wait,
oh
first of all,
god.
before I get into that, the version of yourself in Corona, honestly, I'm so glad I was wrong about you because I feel like
Whew.
I love you, but I'm also your biggest hater. I don't know why. Because
Ah,
let me explain. Because of the version of Folarin I met, like,
mm,
like I don't want to say like he said, "Oh, Malik, you are more mature." All of that. I didn't think he was immature or anything. I think we were just learning at two different rates, which is fine and all that kind of stuff. But
mm,
like I had boxed him into who the person he was when we
Mm-hmm.
had become close in Corona. He has
Mm-hmm.
broken out of that box consistently and exceeded
Mm-hmm.
my expectations over
Mm-hmm.
and over and over again.
Wow.
There's one thing I said to him one time that I actually had to apologize for. I verbally said to him, "Oh, you peaked in high school," and I take that back so hard because you have
Mm-hmm.
shot to the stars even greater than any expectations I had for you, and that I rate you for, Prisky. I rate you for
Wow.
very highly,
that,
Thank you,
very
Look
that.
at
highly.
thank
this
you.
brotherly love. Oh. I so
Literally, like
much love this.
there's some brotherly love. But
Yeah.
no, definitely like I feel like I mean obviously I'm thankful for life in everything, but definitely I mean I can go on here for like the next one hour talking about Malik and
Okay, I think we're done
everything
here.
we
We're
go
done. We're done. Let's go and
Yeah.
play. Let's go and play out that game. Let's go and play that game. Let's go and play that
Yeah,
game.
bring the game, bring
Then,
the game, bring
then
the game.
we'll do a last reflection round on friendship
Yeah.
in the diaspora. All right, so this can be like a quick, rapid fire.
It's essentially, you go to weddings and they'll have the bride and the groom backing each other. They'll not say who is the
They're
more
raising
this
the
one. You're
shoe
not
type
raised.
thing.
Yeah.
Got it, got it.
Then whichever friend group wins more points, you guys have to cash up us. So if me and Folarin win,
Yep.
Isioma and Abim, so you have to cash up us. If you guys will cash up you.
Hold on a
Look at
second.
this.
Hold
That's
on a
fine.
second.
Like,
Hello,
After, no,
seniority,
no.
please.
Malik, I agree. I love that.
Come
I
on,
Okay.
love
come
that.
on.
All right. Isioma,
Uh,
Shay,
what-
if they win, you pay for the two of us since you're the one that is so enthusiastic.
I'll be keeping score here. I'll be keeping score. I'll go
Where's my
Abim
Excel file? So
and Isioma, Malik, and Folarin. The first question is, who is better at keeping a secret? 1, 2, 3, go.
Isioma.
Malik.
So
No,
sorry.
I
guys.
want you to point. So if you think it's you,
If I think
point
I'll
to
just point
yourself.
like this, and
Then
if
if I
it's
think,
me, I'll
yeah,
just like this.
Okay.
everyone get it.
That was
Yeah.
practice
So
round.
me and Abim are in a
Okay.
team, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
I've been on a team.
Okay,
So if you guys
But
both
our
agree,
answers have to
if
match. Yeah.
Okay.
exactly, and that's when you get a point.
Okay.
So who is better at keeping a secret?
I've already given you expo.
What-
Don't mess up. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, but no mess up. We'll go with yours.
and that's why I rate him. You see, I rate him. We're skipping that one. We're skipping that one. We're going to go
okay.
on to who is a bigger fashionista. 1, 2, 3, go. Wow.
Folarin, I mean, raise your hand.
Where are you?
Sorry. Oh yeah, my bad, bro. I was pointing at Malik. I was pointing at Malik. I'm not really a fashion guy, so
Folarin is
Yeah.
a cheat. I can't be cap. The guy is a cheat.
Yeah.
no. I'm not. 1-1.
Alright,
1-1.
Yeah.
Question number 2. Who is more likely to be running late to everything? 1, 2, 3, go.
Nice.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, how many times have I called you and you're running to catch bus? Please, let's be realistic here. Yeah.
Okay. Who is a bigger chatterbox? 1, 2, 3, go.
Folarin, please, what's that?
Yeah,
What's
why
that?
was that?
What's that?
Babe. What is babe? Literally,
We're seeing it live.
Know thyself.
I'll say
And it's so
something.
crazy because, like, I think I like to talk. Isioma dey cho.
I like to talk.
No be cho. So walking.
I like to talk.
You like,
I'll take that one.
yeah.
From this podcast alone, I think we can tell that Folarin is one that likes to church.
Yeah.
Facts.
All right. Who is the messier person? 1, 2, 3, go.
How you gonna put mess? Wait. What type of mess?
Come on, get in there.
No, wait. The only reason why I said G is because me, I'm
Let him argue.
Come on.
No, I'm actually.
What kind of mess?
Yeah, what type of mess?
Best is best.
Like your yard, like your apartment, your room.
So
I was thinking
what were you
something
thinking
else.
of?
I know you
I bet
were.
look the background. Are you not seeing the
I-
bed is
Malik,
low?
look at my apartment. I swear,
The vibes are right.
everything.
But to be fair, I don't think
I
it's
think
nice messy.
Yeah,
I'm not
you
messy
know
at all. I only
exposure,
went for myself for you because I'm super tidy. That I know.
Okay.
You guys talk about that one later.
Okay.
Yep.
All
All
right.
right.
Who is
4-3.
more likely to start a fight? 1, 2, 3, go.
Oh, this is not going well for us. This is not going
Yeah.
well for us.
Yeah, you guys are not good.
Hey,
You guys are
actually,
not
no.
good.
Can I? Oh, I can't.
It's too
read the
late.
question.
Wait. Okay. If it's a physical fight, it can actually be Isioma.
Streets.
Do you think I'm yes.
No.
Yes. If it came down to a brawl, Isioma, you're the one I'm calling.
No.
Realistically.
Outside.
Okay. But then
But that's
also
physical.
I think I'm also more confrontational.
Okay.
So I'm probably more likely to like say if something
Talk about
is
something.
doing me. Yeah.
That's why I went for me too. I'm more
Yeah.
confrontational.
Fair
I'm
enough.
definitely more
For sure.
confrontational. But as far
Easy.
as physical fighting, me and for like we don't do them things there. Like
yeah,
if you are
Nah, man,
yeah,
we don't.
like
yeah.
if I heard that you are fighting outside, that's on you.
Don't call
don't call
me.
me for
Yeah. Don't call
anything.
me.
Don't
Don't
call
call
me.
me.
Don't call me for nothing.
Yep,
You're your own.
I will not be picking up.
So
All right.
seriously, Sema, if I'm scrapping, I can't call you
I don't do that anymore. I didn't read it before.
anymore.
I
Notes.
didn't read it. No, I didn't
Double.
read it before.
Yeah. No, it's okay.
We'll do the
It's okay.
research.
It's
We'll do
okay.
the research. We'll do the
How many
research.
questions are
Yeah.
left? Let me know if there's actually a
I have
comeback
I
opportunity.
have two more. I have two more.
Dang. All
Who is
right.
more likely to bail on plans at the very last minute?
Whoa.
1, 2, 3, go.
Yeah,
All right,
okay.
so you
Yeah.
guys got one
Okay.
there. You guys got one there. You guys
Yeah.
got one
Hey,
there.
relax. We only missed two now. We're still all right.
By the way, the score is 6-4 right now.
Oh,
So
That's
Okay.
6-4.
correct. That's correct.
Yeah. So you might as well just drop that cash
Sorry,
app
in
link
Jara
in
question
the
now.
Yeah.
Who is the biggest flirt? 1, 2,
Ah.
3, go. Hey!
Hey,
Hey!
see them.
Folarin
See them.
Balogun, are you
Yeah.
mad?
See them.
See, now, see, let me
No,
just say
no, you're not going
Alright.
to.
Alright, I don't
let
think
me
you should do
say
that.
something. Let me
Alright, I
say
don't think you should
something.
do that. Yeah.
I'm a friendly guy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I'm friendly. You know what I'm saying? So, like I know girls take friendly as flirty, I get all that stuff, but like I'm actually a friendly guy. Malik is a flirt, like you know what I'm saying, like literally, like, but me, I'm just friendly. You know what I'm saying? I'm just friendly, like you know what I'm saying.
Malik is actually
But
trying to
Malik,
toast them, yeah.
Question
yeah,
number
Malik is
3.
friendly too.
Friendly as.
So what are we at now? 5, 6, 5,
So
6.
Who
6
is
5.
more likely to hold a grudge? 1, 2, 3, go. You guys are not
I
good.
prefer me,
You guys
bro.
are not good. You guys are
Me
not good.
grudge?
You guys are. Eh?
Most likely.
Most
Eh.
likely.
Me?
Isioma, don't worry, I'm with you on that one. Isioma,
No.
I'm with you on that one. I know her. Don't. She wants to pretend. I know her. Don't worry. I believe you.
Actually, yeah, probably me. I think I'll get over it eventually, but yeah, it takes me a while to get there. Yeah, yeah.
I think our last one, ladies and gentlemen. Who is the bigger drama queen? 1, 2, 3, go.
Nice.
Yeah,
Know thyself. I love that this game, if you are listening, you may not fully understand what's happening. You actually have to watch this for it to make sense. Yeah.
Yes, and that concludes the best friend quiz. I think
Do
our
we? Yeah,
champions are
8-6.
undoubtedly Malik and Folarin. So thank you
Yeah,
so
yeah,
much,
Getting
Isioma and Abby,
whatever.
for this. We'll
I
be
have a
sending you the
question.
Cash App link.
I have a
Yep.
question before our final question.
Mm.
So,
Yeah.
if realistically, so we've established that like Isioma is like my number one ish, but I'm not necessarily her number one ish.
Oh, I'm so didn't see that.
So, like in the ranking, I just want to know like where am I landing? Hypothetically,
I don't have a ranking.
okay, mentally, you had mark it now. Let's go.
It's a spectrum. I mean, it's a spectrum.
2.
It's not.
2.
If I had to put a number to it, it would be 2.
Okay. Who's one?
Abib Salah.
Whoa.
Yes, I'm just curious.
Chill out.
No.
Yo,
Listen.
chill out.
I'm actually not. I'm not jealous. See, I knew this going in, and like it's okay. Like I'm fine with it. Like it's not
I'm
an
not saying
issue
who
for
one
me.
is.
Okay, tell me after.
I'll tell you. I'll tell
Tell me
you.
after.
Okay.
Because I'm actually
Okay.
curious
Since-
now at this point.
Okay, since you brought it up, how does it feel to be number 2 when they're your number 1? Because I'm sure that those friendship dynamics actually exist, you know?
Happen.
Like,
Yeah.
I think that's a normal thing. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just,
Yeah.
I connect and I love you, but I also connect with this person maybe just a little more. The difference might be just a little bit. And it's not really, it doesn't take away from the friendship that you have, but...
I'm okay with it, honestly, because I was never really a person who like, oh, I had a best friend. You know what I'm saying? Like I've always been close to multiple people. Like I've always been a one-on-one type of friendship thing. And a lot of those people already had friends, you know what I'm saying? Before me. So like I'm not I don't feel a type of way about it. As long as it's not like, okay, you're my number one, I'm actually lucky you're number eight. That's crazy.
Mhm,
You
Yeah.
know?
mhm,
Yeah, like
Because
so
like the person who is number one, I have a completely different, I think, relationship with them, I would say. And
yeah.
so when it comes to like the relationship I have with you and our group of friends and stuff like that, I would say you're very much up there.
Yeah.
mhm.
I'm okay with it. Yeah.
But, but what's wrong with 1 and 8?
1 and 8 is crazy. 1 and 8 is
Why?
crazy.
That's deep.
It's
That's
like
That's
deep.
there are
that's
Though.
7 people
that's
before
the
you.
that exactly that's the literal definition of like you people's priorities are not aligned at all.
Mhm,
Like,
Okay, okay,
yeah.
okay. I hear you. Now, just humor me, right? Let's say
Mm-hmm.
I'm the number 8 friend, right? And this person
Mm-hmm.
is my number one. Me, in the friendship dynamic that we have, it works for
Mm-hmm.
me, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're my number one. I
Let me
feel
tell you what's going to happen. Let me tell you what's going to happen. And I think this has happened to me before, so maybe I can help you out. For
okay.
me, I had somebody who like I would have said was like a top three for me. Like I would go out of my way to do things for them because they
mhm,
were like my number whatever in that ranking, right? Like top
mhm.
five, top three, even maybe.
Okay.
And so when the tables are flipped and it's now the same situation where I'm sort of you unconsciously expect them to go out of their way for you as well. And when they don't
Mm-hmm.
come through, it will shock you. You know what I'm saying? Like for them, it's
Mm-hmm.
just like, guy, you're a solid number eight in my head. Like, relax. You know what I'm saying? But like for you, like that's somebody. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like it will
Yeah, I
mess with
do.
your
Yeah.
Okay.
expectations. It will make
Okay.
you realize that perhaps you're not. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think okay, there is a priority order there. I can't, because I was under the impression that if I'm your number 8 friend, but you're still showing up for me in the way that I expect you to, right? And me, I'm showing
Mhm,
up for you in the way you expect me to, even though a 1 and 8 is fine. But in reality, a number one cannot be showing up for a number eight,
For a
you know.
number eight, the same
yeah.
way. Yeah. Yeah. It just won't. It
Come
just
on,
won't.
may God protect us from number 8.
Nah,
Amen.
literally,
Oh,
man.
amen. Amen.
Hey, Malik, we ain't gotta deal with those problems. Shit, we
Come
Uh,
on
one
now,
one.
she. Come on now, she.
We
okay.
1-1.
she.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Come on now.
Shit.
Hit us up when you guys have your own language. Come on.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
Sorry. Sorry.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
wait,
Nah,
wait,
nah,
wait,
nah.
wait,
Yeah,
wait.
yeah,
Relax.
yeah.
Relax. Relax.
Yeah, so yeah, just
I hate men. I hate men. I hate men. Oh, okay. Final question,
now,
so we
but
can get
now
these
Malik
guys out of
understood
here.
everything we just said there, right?
Come on
Literally
now.
everything
Come
we just
on.
said.
Last question, so we can we
Yeah.
can actually stop the situation that we have. What is
This
your
has been fun.
advice for people who are moving across, like they're no longer in the same place and they're trying to maintain their friendship? What's your
Yeah,
advice for them? Or even just like, yeah,
Um,
people adulting and trying to
Uh,
figure out how to maintain that friendship.
I
it's your bike, Campbell.
Yeah, I think just being intentional. I know a lot of people say this all the time, like, oh, be intentional, but being intentional just means you're actively one thinking about them because
Mhm.
you want them to stay your friend, you want them to stay in your life, and two, you're putting in that effort. Me and Abimsala, like we've always been very very far apart, but every week I always know what's going on with her, and that
Yeah.
has only happened because I've put in that effort. Like sometimes I'm even like, I need to call Abimsala. Let me write it down. Maybe I'm at work when I call her, she's not going to pick up. So it's
Uh-huh.
just okay, she's busy, say Saturday, I'll try again, maybe
Mm-hmm.
Monday. So it's
Uh-huh.
always just showing up, showing up, showing up and putting in the effort. And
Uh-huh.
also don't be scared because I think when I came here, because I was struggling to fit in, probably till now, still struggling in some ways.
Mhm.
I was like, oh, I'm not going to have any friends. Like, I don't want to talk to anybody, type of thing. But I have my friends. They're just not with me.
Uh-huh.
So don't be
Mhm.
scared to like reach out. Like even I see Abimsala sometimes out having fun, and then in my head I'm like, ah, Abimsala, they're making new friends. So like, what does that
Uh-huh.
mean for us? But not letting that get to your head, and you're getting scared and anxious that like you're losing your friend. Just keep showing
Mhm.
up for them, and yeah, you
Uh-huh.
guys will continue to grow.
Yeah. And whenever
Yeah.
in doubt, just talk it out, honestly. Like
Yeah.
there's
Uh-huh.
nothing like even now,
Communicate.
like I'm sure like they're having that conversation now about like the whole marriage thing. It's made you a bit lighter. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not
Uh-huh.
as worried about it anymore. Like and ideally you want to have a friend where you can actually talk about what's going on. Because if you have a friendship where you guys cannot talk about friction. Do you really have a friendship where you guys just like, walking around each other, that kind of thing? And
Yeah.
yeah, showing up, I agree. 10,000%.
Yeah. I think for me, the advice I would give is, even before being like intentional or anything like that, is first of all to understand that you are not going to be able to be close with everyone that you used to. It's just not possible.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so let's just say you live in Nigeria and you're moving to the UK and you had 20 friends that, you used to hang out with and everything like that. I think the first step is to understand that all those 20 people will not be heavily involved in your life when you do move, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not saying that you should cut anybody out or anything like that, but just understand that naturally
Mm-hmm.
that change is going to happen, and be okay with that change happening, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that I think is very, very key as well is there's nothing wrong also praying for God to bring you closer to those that will actually have an impactful change in your life, regardless of distance, right? You know what I'm saying? So like one thing I remember when I was growing up, I remember from like 16 to 24 was just like, God, please, like those people that are meant to be for me, like, in terms of like friendship and stuff, like just to like keep them around me and stuff like that. And then even you yourself, you start believing that like these people that are in my life are now, that this is what God actually said, okay, these are your people. Do you know what I'm saying? And then that's when intentionality now comes into play. Like, okay, after I've understood everything, after I've prayed about everything, and now let me
weeded
be
out
intentional. Exactly. Now let me now be intentional in keeping this, core group of people in my life. And I feel like you'll be fine. Like you said, just talk about anything, like, good or bad. Like literally, like that's what friendship is all about, in my opinion. So I think with those three things, you should be fine.
Come on.
Malik, you have anything to add?
Nothing. I think Isioma, if I've done that question justice, I think obviously you just
Okay,
have to
so
be
my
intentional
answer was
about.
not justified. Hey. Whoa, 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 whoa.
No,
I'm
don't
sorry.
worry.
I'm sorry. I think you, Isioma and Folarin, have done it justice.
Yes.
Thank you, let's try.
All right. This is the best friend episode was fun, didn't it?
Yeah.
The man
Yeah.
them and the
Fun.
gal
I,
them.
I was I was expecting a little bit more messiness. You know what I'm saying?
Days.
But it's okay.
It's like
okay.
it's like he doesn't listen to the
now.
podcast. It's like he doesn't listen to the podcast and know what we're doing here.
I
Documenting the
trust me.
experience of African immigrants in the diaspora. No
That is all
mess.
good and all.
I wanted
All
to
right,
see.
thank you everyone for joining
Yeah.
us on this week's episode of the Japa Diaries. We really, really appreciate it. Please,
Where can they find you guys?
Yeah,
Do you want to be found on the internet? Yeah.
There's nothing to
Folarin has
find
not
on
posted since
Yeah.
2016. He doesn't want to be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's nothing to find. There's nothing to find.
There's
But,
nothing
I
to
mean,
find.
just type in my name. You'll see me anywhere. Just type it literally wherever. Whichever Folarin you find, literally.
Isioma, you don't want to be found.
that, man.
Fairs.
Fairs.
I like that. It's good to be low key.
All right. Thank you guys so much.
Subscribe, share the episode. Thanks for
Donate
listening.
to our fundraiser as our best friends.
Yes.
You people are ending this
Come
on.
recording
Okay.
to go and match our donation because that's what
Yep,
best
yep,
friends
yep.
do.
Yes.
And as community
Yeah.
listeners, let's support the people of Sudan and DRC. Until next week, guys, have a good one. Bye. Everybody say bye-bye.
Bye.